Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the stream. What's up? Those of you that are watching this back on YouTube who aren't live, there will be a link in the or a timestamp in the description below for when the gameplay starts. 'Cause we've got some things to talk about with this game before we get into it. So far, in between Assassin's Creed Mirage and Assassin's Creed 1. In between Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, and 2 and Brotherhood, we filled in a little bit of the blanks in terms of the lore, because the Assassin's Creed story spans not just games, it spans comic books and, novels and, all kinds of stuff. And so, every now and then some questions come up, and it's just like, well, what happened between these two games? There's really not a lot that happened in between Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Revelations. The end of Brotherhood takes place in 1506, and Revelations picks up, I think, 2 years later in like 1508. So there's not really anything going on there after we find and kill Cesare Borgia in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. There is a little bit in there. There's pretty much every mainline title has gotten a novel adaptation. And sometimes they add more details in those. And so there's a little bit more detail about, how Ezio found Cesare and why he decided to take the Apple of Eden down to the vault under the cathedral, how he knew it was there, things of that nature. Which basically is just, he figured all this out just by looking into the apple. And we saw that scene with Leonardo. So that's where we're at with that. And as you can see, I don't have the game going already yet. There's a reason for that. Because the older PC ports of these games run like garbage. There's no other way to put it other than the fact that they run like garbage. I found that out the hard way with Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Unfortunately, I was 14 hours into that playthrough before I started experiencing some issues. So I think there was also a driver update, an NVIDIA driver update that didn't help matters any. I'm also playing the Steam releases. The Ubisoft store releases may be a little bit better than these. I'm not 100% sure if they're better supported or not. But essentially, I had to do a lot of troubleshooting. And it took me quite a while to figure out what was going on. It was like the screen was going like this. If you look at my mouse here, it's like the camera was just like glitching out all the time. Come to find out, that was because the only thing I could narrow it down to was using game capture and OBS during the streams. If I played off stream, it was fine. But as soon as I tried to load up OBS, it would just freak out until I restarted the game. And so I'm not even sure how I managed to get it to not do that on Sunday for the end of Brotherhood, but so I've got it on display capture, so that's why you're seeing my Steam screen and whatnot, and I haven't even launched the game, because in order to do anything else, to like switch scenes and OBS and things of that nature, I've got to be able to click on OBS. These games run an exclusive full screen. So I was having to use the Steam overlay on Shift-Tab to click off of it, and sometimes these games crash when you try to go back to the game screen. So it's like, you know what, I'll just wait till I'm ready to go, and I'll just launch the game right here from the Steam screen. If I have any issues with this game, I did some pretty extensive testing, and I really hope I've got it figured out, narrowed down, because even getting the DLC in this game, the Lost Archive, and there's another bit of optional story in this game called Desmond's Journey. In order to, it's kind of similar to like unlocking repressed memories in Brotherhood, but there's these I don't remember what they're called. They're animus fragments, I think they're called, scattered around in the game, and you can find those. And the more of those you get, you unlock more and more of what's called Desmond's Journey. Well, this old PC port of Revelations, Desmond's Journey and the DLC are a completely different executable. And once they shut off the online servers, somehow that screwed up the executable that allows you to launch the DLC in Desmond's Journey. So, essentially, you have to download an old version of the game and then also from like Nexus Mods or somewhere else, download a save file that has already accessed the DLC in order for it to even appear. So I can start another save file, because there's 3 save slots, so I'm just going to leave the one the way it was. And then I'll probably do the DLC maybe in the middle of this game or towards the end or something like that. I haven't really narrowed down when I'm going to do that. But yeah, these games are an absolute chore to get working correctly on a modern PC. They were designed to run, I think, on Windows 7. And honestly, if I have any issues with this game today, what I'm probably going to do is just go on Amazon and get the PS4 Ezio collection and then just play it that way. Because I'm really getting tired of the like older PC games and the lack of support for them. When newer hardware and newer operating systems and stuff comes out, these older games just break and there's no support for them anymore. So currently I'm actually in a bit of a turmoil because my PC is pushing 5-6 years old at this point. My video card is a 3060 Ti. It does okay for most things, but there's a lot of newer games coming out that GPU ain't gonna keep up with. My processor's 6 years old by this point. So I'm approaching the time to upgrade my PC, but yet, fuck, that's so expensive. So I'm currently debating on going back to a PS5 and going back to consoles because I also have an issue buying games on Steam and basically only having a license for them. I don't actually own anything. So I'm really stuck right now between sticking with PC in the digital realm or trying to go back to the physical realm. But that's a whole nother conversation for another day. So let's go ahead and launch this game. And fingers crossed, we have no problems. I do have a console version of this game. I've got the Ezio Trilogy that was released on PS3. But my PS3 is currently down with a bad disk drive. So I can't do anything with my PS3 unless it's a digital game. And I didn't have a whole lot of those. So here we go. Assassin's Creed Revelations is probably... it's been a while since I've played it, but the storyline in this game is probably one of my favorite in the entire series. If not my favorite of the entire series. Yes, I know I'm in offline mode and blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, and there's going to be content I can't access like multiplayer mode and whatever. So here's the Lost Archive DLC. You can see I've got that working. That took a while to get working. Let's see. Let's go into the music here and turn the music volume down because it was quite loud in Brotherhood. So I'm assuming we're going to have the same deal here. Graphics, I think we got that all as high as it's going to go. Yep, so we're good there. And let's go story mode. So this save has nothing in it. I could just play this one. But I needed this save file in order for this to even be there, the Lost Archive. Without this save file that I downloaded, this doesn't even show up in the main menu. So if you have any questions, if you're watching this on YouTube, and you have any questions or anything like that about getting this game to run on PC, I'm more than happy to lend my advice, I guess, and how I got it to work, because it was a fucking chore. And I'm not overly happy about it. But anyway, because I didn't have these issues when I played through these games about 5 years ago, but I think a lot of these servers were still kind of hanging on by a thread. And so I didn't experience any of these issues the last time I tried to play through them. And on the same computer as well. But I did that through the Ubisoft Connect subscription, not through the Steam releases. So that's why I said earlier, I don't know if it's the Steam release that has the issues, or more issues than the actual Ubisoft story, release, or if it's both now. But either way, within the last 5 years, this game has become an absolute chore to play, at least on PC. So at the end of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, we found Ezio's apple underneath the Colosseum. Ezio put it there. He was basically told by the apple, to put this away for future generations, and he did so after looking into it one last time to figure out where Cesare was and if he was going to have to deal with him or not, which he did. Then Desmond and crew in the modern day go back to the Colosseum, access that temple, and Desmond finally possesses Ezio's apple. But then in a twist of events, it's like the apple took over Desmond, and Desmond then stabbed Lucy and then fell to the ground himself. So Esmond stabs Lucy, Desmond's down, and we hear a cutscene about we hear some dialogue during the credits of putting him back in the Animus. So that's where we left off, and that's where we're going to pick up on. So let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it.
We can keep him like this for a few days, maybe a week.
Call ahead. Tell him we're on our way.
As soon as we're clear.
One thing
Desmond Miles. Your life has changed so much in so little time. 2 months ago, you were pouring shots for bankers and celebrities. But now look at you. You're an assassin. One of us. One of the good guys. Isn't that nice? Men and women dedicated to protecting and preserving human life and liberty. Not like those Templars. Cold and calculating autocrats, drunk on power, obsessed with order, all that. We're doing our best to stop them. Yeah. Doing our best. But you remember all this, right? You remember the Animus, the machine we use to unravel genetic memories and relive the lives of our ancestors? First, you were Altair, a stoic 12th century assassin from the Holy Land. Then, you are Ezio Auditore, a wealthy Italian with charisma and a talent for revenge. So, what do you three have in common? That's right, the Apple of Eden. That strange artifact left behind by those people. The ones who came before. You know the apple's power. You felt it for yourself. Oh, it's been fun, hasn't it, Desmond? But that's about to change. Your mind is fragmented, falling to pieces. And if you don't find a way to wake up, you may lose yourself. Forever.
Okay, I shut down the Animus monitoring system to free up a lot of memory, but even like this, it's still risky.
Desmond will be fine. The partition worked, the Animus is stable, and his signs are good.
For now. But this was built to recreate memories, not simulate entire cognitive processes.
The Animus will do its part, and Desmond will do the rest.
So we're booting into safe mode in the Animus here. So one thing that I forgot to mention.
What's happening?
I'll wait.
I can't move. I can't. No!
Getting this audio dialed in, I see, is going to be a challenge. Because, like, some of it's really loud, some of it's really quiet. So I'll make adjustments as we go. No, I didn't.
Hello?
Okay, so I will do this now. So, as we've talked about before, the voice actor for Subject 16 was Cam Clark, famous for Liquid Snake and some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, stuff like that. And Subject 16 is not voiced by Cam Clark in this game. He was replaced for one reason or another. I'm not 100% sure on that. Why? But I don't remember which character he was. I don't remember his name, but the new voice actor for Subject 16 in this game was most notably known for being, I think, one of the Weasley family characters in the Harry Potter films. The theory was that they changed voice actors because they started using a facial animation, different facial animation capture for this game as opposed to the older ones. So Desmond even looks a little bit different. But yeah, here we are, assuming we're in the Animus via Desmond's mind in safe mode configuration. Yeah, even Desmond's face looks a little bit different. And I believe they also used a different voice actor for Altair in this game. Slight spoiler alert, I guess. I mean, you can kind of see Altair on the screen there already.
Past me.
16?
No, they didn't tell you my name.
God damn it, I'm still in the Animus?
Quite a shock you suffered out there.
Rebecca! Get me out of here.
They can't help you, Desmond. You're a broken man. Your mind, it's... broken.
Broken. I feel fine.
So did I. Hey. Look at me now! Let's talk, buddy.
Alright, so I don't know if it's just me that's hearing
Walk
it.
with me.
What is this place?
It's nice, isn't it? We're in the guts of the Animus. The original test program. No memories here, just basic physics, weather simulations. Hello, world. You're lucky someone up there had the sense to plug you in here. It saved your life.
Saved it from what?
Right now, you should be sitting in a hospital ward, drooling and chewing on your tongue. For now, the Animus is keeping you intact. Keeping all your ancestors from collapsing into one big mess. But if you can't find a sync nexus, all those personalities will smash together. That won't be pretty.
A sync nexus?
I'm getting there, hold on.
They do.
There. That thing is your way out.
You're screwing with me.
Here's the problem. Your brain is hash. Too many ghosts in your head, too many voices. So how do you fix that? You claw your way back into the stored data, you find unfinished memories, and you crack them open. Finish what you started, until your ancestor has nothing left to show you. That is a sync nexus. And when you find it, the Animus can separate Desmond from Ezio and Altair and send you home. Back to your body.
How do you know all this?
Because it happened to me. But my body, it's worm food now. So I'm stuck here. A word of warning? When you step through there, everything changes. Nothing feels normal. But you are still in control, and it's up to you to find your way out.
Right.
If you hurry, you might make it back in time for Lucy's funeral.
What?
Oh. I thought you knew.
Lucy. Oh, God. I'm so sorry. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. It was that voice. Juno. She took hold of me. She made me... What am I doing? What have I done?
I was gonna say even the sound effects like sound a little loud compared to the voices. So we're gonna keep the voice volume at 10. We're gonna put the sound effects volume at 8, music at 6, and keep the voice volume at 10 because it seemed like, I mean, it's kind of a noisy environment. You got waves and all that, but it just seemed a little loud for my liking. And you really kind of had to focus a little more on the voices than I would have liked to. So here we are. We've got Desmond in front of this thing.
It's Sean. Sean, what's going on?
Let me talk to him.
Did you... Hold on, I'm putting you on speaker.
Sean, it's William. Is everything taken care of?
Oh, well, hello to you too. For Christ's sakes, man, have some class.
All right, calm down.
Oh, that's rich. Yeah, Lucy's dead, and you want me to act like it's Easter Sunday, do you? How's Desmond, anyway? Keeping in?
That's enough, Sean.
What if he's a Templar, Bill? Eh? What if he's been programmed? It's happened before.
No, not Desmond.
Right. You would say that.
Sean.
Sean don't sound happy. Well, before we go into this portal here, I got myself a day. I hope you got one day. And let's crack them open together and take a swig. And let's do it to it. It's been a while since I've seen this opening, and so I've been really excited ever since I started playing through Mirage and decided I was gonna do another series playthrough of this game, of this series. I was really excited to get back to this one, probably more than any other one. I just love the way the story plays out in this game. It's just fantastic. Big fan of this game, I am.
Claudia, my dearest sister. I have been in Acre a week now, safe and in high spirits, but prepared for the worst. The men and women who have fed and sheltered me here also give me warning that the road to Masyaf is overrun by mercenaries and bandits, not native to this land. What this could mean, I dread to guess. When I first set out from Roma 10 months ago, I did so with a single purpose: to discover what our father did not. In a letter written the year before my birth, he makes mention of a library hidden beneath the stones of Masyaf Castle. A sanctum full of invaluable wisdom. So what will I find when I arrive there? Who will greet me? A host of eager Templars, as I fear most strongly. Or nothing but the whistling of a cold and lonely wind. Masyaf has not been home to the assassins for almost 300 years now. Can we still claim it for our own? Are we welcome there? I am wary of this fight, Claudia. Not because I am tired, but because our struggle seems to move in one direction only, towards chaos. Today, I have more questions than answers. This is why I've come so far. To find clarity. To find the wisdom left behind by the great Altair. So that I may better understand the purpose of our fight.
Damn.
And my place in it. Should anything happen to me, Claudia, should my skills fail me, or my ambition lead me astray, do not seek retribution or revenge in my memory, but fight to continue the search for truth, so that all may benefit. My story is one of many thousands, and the world will not suffer if it ends too soon.
That had to hurt the kneecaps. That was a badass opening scene. I remember it was epic, but that was good. That sets the stage for this really well. But walks away like a boss. Mr. Chase, how you doing? If one man was responsible for changing the face of the modern assassins forever, it was this guy, Altair ibn La Ahad. Born in the Holy Land in 1165 to parents he hardly knew, into an order he did not choose. Altair nevertheless proved himself a devoted pupil and capable fighter before he was out of his teens. In 1189, just as the Third Crusades were gathering steam, Altair was stunned, even his attentive mentor, Al-Mu'alim, by almost single-handedly routing a wave of Crusader soldiers from the steps of Masyaf Castle. From that day forward, Altair's name was known to all assassins. Over the next 2 years, his reputation as a stubborn but deadly fighter eclipsed every minor detail of his mysterious life. Loved by few but admired by all, his impeccable talents were the source of both his incredible successes and his overbearing arrogance. But this was only half the story. Since youth, Altair had shown signs of possessing a rare sixth sense that allowed him unprecedented access to the emotions and intentions of his opponents and allies. Dubbed Eagle Vision by his fellow assassins, Altair honed and perfected this sense in secret, always wondering if this curious ability that set him apart of the rest would prove a liability. Thanks to the memory stored in Altair's 5 Masyaf keys, we can now get a glimpse of the man himself, instead of settling for vague glimpses through the Templars' frankly primitive Amatus 1.28 avatar projection system. Had to hit that old school Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Yeah, that was good stuff. So here we are now. We are in the year 1508, I believe. Ezio has made it to Masyaf, and it's overrun by Templars. And now, the one thing I'm not 100% certain about is if this Altair, I guess, figure we're seeing is potentially Ezio seeing him or Desmond seeing him. Or potentially both, because Ezio also has Eagle Vision. So I'm willing to bet it's probably Desmond because it looks like an Animus projection more than anything else, but I could be wrong. So here we are, back where it all began. I think that's my favorite thing. One of my favorite things about this game is the fact that you go back to the beginning, and it's always neat when a game goes back to its beginning, like Metal Gear Solid 4 when you go back to Shadow Moses and see how it's changed over time. And you know, Ezio mentioned that it's been 300 years since the assassins have called this place home, so it's been long abandoned for a very long time. So it's, you almost get a little bit of that Uncharted feel in there, like what's gonna happen? You know, what are we gonna find in this place? Got his hidden blade back, except that one's broken, just like the start of Assassin's Creed 2. Oh, nice sword. Oh yeah, it's like, basically by this point, Ezio is like, okay, we're doing all of this stuff. We keep, you know, trying to do what's right for, you know, I guess the world, humanity, people, ourselves, you know, dealing with this Templar threat, but it seems like they're not making any headway, you know, and so it's like, okay, and so he discovers a letter from his father. I think he said it was written the year before he was born, from his father to Mario, talking about Altair's library. And so Altair, obviously, as we saw in Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, was almost like a mythical figure by this point. You know, getting the altar of the armor of Altair and seeing his statue down in the sanctuary. So a guy like Ezio, who's starting to maybe question his purpose, finds this letter from his father to his uncle talking about Altair's library, going, everything that I probably want to know will be answered if I can find this library. So it's like, you know, Ezio just still has that appetite for knowledge and has to know why they're doing what they're doing, because just like Altair, just like Desmond, he wasn't necessarily born into the order and trained in the order from a young age, but he just wound up in the assassin, in the Creed, with the death of his father and his brothers. So this wasn't necessarily a choice that Ezio wanted to make, but now he's here. It's taken up, you know, the majority of his adult life, because I think he was born in 1459. So if this game takes place in 1508, that makes Ezio now 49 years old. You know, and the beginning of Assassin's Creed 2 started taking shape when he was about 17. So this has taken 30 years of Ezio's life, and now with this letter, with the discovery of this library of Altair, he's just like, 30 years of my life I may finally have an explanation for. And that cutscene was very well done. I usually don't like it when games take a cutscene and do like a very live action style, because the gameplay will never match that, you know, like photorealism of that type of a cutscene. But it really helped set the stage for what's going to happen in this game, and I really appreciated how they did that. So we're climbing up the castle itself right now, and I just want to look over here and kind of see if any of this, yeah, obviously with the snow and the wind and everything, we're not going to see a whole lot, but I just want to see how much of this, you know, has been like recreated from the original game. I like how it has you following Altair through this. That's a really cool detail. Just wanted to check and see if there was anything around here. Oh, I like how it showed Altair climbing over a ledge that doesn't exist for us. Oh, there's the courtyard. That's where Altair killed Al-Mualim. Hell no. Well, I would have liked to check out, I guess, what's up top there a little bit more. Because that was definitely the courtyard. That statue would have hit and I would have went splat right after. Yeah, it's like I would have waited to see, you know, I guess, whether that would actually break the ground or not. Okay, so I have to kill these guys. That's part of my objective.
Get the bastard!
I like how they've slightly refined the combat in this. It's really nice. And who are you, guy?
Be merciful, please. I am a working man with a family.
Doing what kind of work?
Digging mostly. It took me a year to find this chamber. And for the past 3 months, I've been trying to break through this door.
You've not made much progress.
I have not made a dent. This stone is harder than steel.
I doubt you will. This door is guarding objects more valuable than all the gold in the world.
Ah, do you mean gemstones?
There are keyholes here. What are the keys?
These Templars found one beneath the Ottoman Sultan's palace.
As for the others, I suppose the little book will tell them.
What book?
A journal of some kind. That ugly captain, he carries it with him wherever he goes.
Go home. Find work with honest men.
Oh, I would love to leave this place. But these men, they will murder me if I try.
Pack your tools.
All right, so we've got some writing up there. It looks like it's in Arabic with the assassin symbol. This is the door to Altair's library, I assume. But we ain't getting in, so it's going to be a while. A mysterious journal has brought the Templars to Masyaf. Find the Templar captain and recover it. Do not fail a single tale for full synchronization. Are we going back tops? Oh, we are back topside. Okay, so to get to the library from... So this is the main, area here. This is, this is where a lot of AC1 took place. Right up here is where we talk to Al-Mualim all the time. So, in order to get to where Altair's library is now held, you would go through the front door and right over to the left... and right through this wall here. That's interesting. Oh, I'm sure there's going to be some stuff you can find here. I did see the table up top was glowing. We'll go check that out. Oh, we got a bookcase here. Oh, that just shows Altair down there. Check out that table in a minute. I think that's going to be the last thing we got up here to check out. So, let's do it to it. Let's do it to it. Well, that's unfortunate. It just showed Altair jumping through a window that doesn't exist. Wait. Well, nothing really to see, I guess. But that's how we would get out to the courtyard. That's locked, unfortunately. But yeah, that's where well, in the first game, when you'd go up here and talk to Al-Mualim, he would get pigeons from right up here in this cage. And then they would just fly out the window. So there was, like, no window here at the time. But it did have the design on it. In the bookcase, he was just kind of standing down here. It won't let me interact with the bookcase again, but he was kind of just standing down here, and that was it.
The assassin must not get his hands on that book. When we reach Leandros, we will escort him out of the village. You stay behind and make sure we're not followed.
All right, it's go time.
That one looks familiar. Now stop!
Damn. That was a pretty epic kill. Obviously the gate's locked, but this is where Altair got a lot of his training, right in here. I feel like I need to take a screenshot, like in the same spot, right about here. and just compare the graphics to the first game. Because, I mean, these are both still PS3 games, but this game does look a lot nicer than Assassin's Creed 1 already. Now, I'm seeing up there some, like, ladders and stuff, some other climbing areas. I don't know if I can get up there or not. Yeah, he's probably not going to climb any of this stuff. Yeah, it's just, whenever a game or a story goes full circle back to the beginning, when it's done right, it's one of the coolest things. You know, and I was debating on not doing it. I had kind of talked myself out of replaying Assassin's Creed 1 because that game hasn't aged well. But Grim kind of talked me into it. And playing it, and I'm glad I did. Because even though it's rough, it's a bit of a chore to get through, I don't think you would truly appreciate this game and this location and the story that'll get told without experiencing the first game. I think that really helps drive the storyline in this game. If you know the first game, played the first game, and and get the beginning of this story. And so, one of the things that I thought was really cool in that cutscene was where they tried to hang Ezio from. That was where Altair took, that's where you take the first leap of faith as Altair from that same tower. So there's a lot of, like symbology and, similar locations and whatnot that happen in this game that are, Easter eggs or fan service to the first game. Here we got our parachute that we got right at the tail end of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Well, that didn't work out. Guess it doesn't matter. Nope. I did not realize there were civilians here still. I just assumed they were all Templars. My bad. Yeah. Oops.
Hey, careful there.
Tail at least one to his destination. Okay, so I'm not supposed to kill them yet.
None of you leave until the assassin is dead. Do you understand?
Ignore me, Kirilo, but he seems to have found us.
Hane! Hane!
You ain't gonna get away from Ezio that easy, my guy.
He's behind us! There! You see him? What are you doing? bastard!
Ooh.
Just a scratch.
Ooh.
Faster!
Imagine having like one of your belts get caught on a nail going over a wooden bridge like that.
Run, you stupid brook! Take this! Move! Where are you, bastard? Yeah! Closer! Get closer! Closer! Move! Wait! Not ahead!
Wow, what a way to treat your comrades. You don't fuck with Ezio Auditore, alright?
You again! I have him!
What's my full synchronization challenge? Oh, there ain't one. Okay. Ah! Take that, Mr. the Man. Shit, I'm not doing too good here. Maybe I'm not supposed to beat him. Maybe I'm just supposed to hang out as long as I can.
Die, you bastard!
Whoosh it. Whoosh it.
Stop him! Stop him!
Damn. A pretty chaotic start to this game. Damn. Dude almost gets hung, drugged behind a carriage. Or, a horse-drawn carriage. Damn.
Your eyes off this road for a moment. Do you understand me? Nothing gets through. Leandros! There! Well, well. Look what crawled out of its hole to die. He's at death's door. Finish him off. Bring me his head, or throw yourselves into the canyon!
Let's do it. Full synchronization, kill at least 5 guards from a haystack. Find and kill the captain, receive the journal. Oh, yes, I will. Maybe one of them will have something useful. Phosphorus creates a dense smoke cloud that blinds anyone standing in it. Used to make a smoke screen bomb. Fake gold coins create a tactical explosive which attracts crowds. Pyrite coins. Okay, so I got poison. Got that already. Don't have my gun anymore, but I do have throwing knives. Jesus. Dude, Ezio's ruthless in this game. Ezio ain't fucking around, my guy.
This used to be so easy.
Yeah, he's definitely leveled up a few times. The eagle vision is now on the left stick, not triangle. I'm gonna wait for this guy to... Now. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for this guy to walk... Now. Nah, let's just get this over with.
Make your peace with God. Let's see. Where is he?
Terracotta shell allows the bomb to explode on impact. Skunk oil has a repulsive odor. Make a tactical stink bomb. I mean, if you throw skunk piss at me, yeah, that's definitely going to have a reaction that I don't want. Right in the eyeball. Well, I'm probably going to fail full synchronization on this one because I'm not going to hide in a haystack just to kill 5 guards. Let's see, which way did he go? That way.
Could it be that you are every bit as deadly as the legends say? Or am I in charge of an army of drunks swinging sticks? Right this way, Ezio. Nowhere left to run now!
Not for me, and not for you.
Kill that dog! Cut him down!
You ain't going nowhere. Alright, got some medicine.
That dulls the pain.
Salt of Petra creates a light but obvious smoke cloud. Acrobatic abilities recovered. Alright. Gunpowder creates a small explosion, allowing you to minimize casualties around a target.
Where do they cut close like that? Isfahan?
Shit. Oh, hell no. Whee!
What does it take to kill you, eh? Why will you not die?
Don't you ever stop howling.
Right in the chest. I like that I didn't have to fight him, that I could just walk right up to him and BAM! Done. Ezio ain't fucking around.
Well, the old hound still has a bite.
The book you carry, where is it?
Niccolo Polo's journal. This will do you no good. Not now. We have found one of the Masyaf keys already, and are closing in on the rest.
What is in that library is not for you, not for the Templars.
You can have Altair's books, Ezio. We only want guidance. We only want directions. To the location of the Grand Temple.
Grand Temple? Tell me more, now! Requiescat in pace, bastardo.
I like how even though Ezio hates these motherfuckers, just rest in peace, bastard. So that's the first mention we see of the Grand Temple in this game. Well, and that looks to be sequence 1 done already. There's a total of 9 memory sequences in this game.
It is a remarkable piece of work. Feel the material, hard as steel, but very light.
You really want to be fooling with that thing?
I do. I absolutely do. I have been waiting a long time to get my hands on one of these.
Okay, you're making me nervous, Bill.
Don't be. I don't think I have the right genes to properly wield it.
Oh, but Desmond, you think he does?
hell just happened?
You were snooping. Wandering outside the Desmond partition. So once the Animus located you, it pulled you back here. It's just following orders. Like a fail-safe program. Trying to keep your poor head intact, whether you like it or not.
What are you doing here exactly?
Playing. Learning. Waiting. A lot of waiting. I keep the Animus distracted as best I can. For you, so you can explore. Otherwise it might hunt you down like a little virus and, delete you.
Well, my guardian angel.
There's no such thing.
Yeah, Thanks.
Okay. So what do we got up here? Okay, so we can start Desmond's Journey Part 1 now.
Sean, it's me. What's happening?
Are you at the airport?
Yeah, we're chartering a jet. Are you coming?
Yes, yeah. I'll be there soon.
Good.
They buried her already.
I heard.
The little cemetery outside Rome. Nice place.
God, things got so fucked up so fast.
Is Desmond still out?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of brain activity, but with the monitoring system shut down, we can't record anything.
Well, keep me posted, okay? I'll see you soon.
So I like how we're getting little glimpses of what's going on outside, what Desmond's experiencing, little nuggets. Let's see, so what do we got here? I'm sure you want to begin Desmond's Journey Part 2. I thought I had to get Animus fragments for all these. Part 3. Part 4. Part 5. Okay, so here's the deal. Typically, you have to get the Animus fragments. Because I remember this. Because I loaded up my previous playthrough in order to, test some things out. And I remember, I think it's like every 10 Animus fragments. You get this one, then at 20 you get that one, 30, 40, and 50. So maybe because the other save file, or this save file that I had to download in order to get access to the DLC, maybe already had the data, in the Animus fragments to access these. Or I suppose maybe, I highly doubt it would be like a glitch, that I could just access them all now. Worst case scenario, I have to find the Animus fragments anyways, like I was planning on. However, I'm anticipating this game taking me about 5 streams, 6 tops. So I think what we'll do, towards the end of each stream, we'll close it out with one of these Desmond journeys. We'll do one per stream and piece that story together. But for now, we're only an hour in, so let's head on to sequence 2, see what's going on with Ezio.
Dear sister, Masyaf is overrun by a battery of Templars, and their motive is clear. They desire the secrets locked away in Altair's library. Secrets they believe will lead them to something called the Grand Temple. Whether or not this is true, I do know the library is real. I have seen its door for myself. But none can enter. Not without 5 keys which were sent to Constantinople with Niccolo Polo almost 300 years ago. Claudia, I must find these keys. The Templars have already located one, and I do not know how difficult it will be to find the others. Only time, skill, and a bit of luck will tell.
I do remember that. Ezio writing letters to Claudia about everything and kind of summarizing everywhere you've been so far. I do remember that. So here we are in Constantinople in 1511 now. At least I think the beginning of the game took place in 1508. I'll talk about Constantinople here in a little bit more. in a bit.
A magnificent sight.
It is a work in progress.
No city in Europa has a skyline quite like this.
Well, to be precise, that is Europa. That is Asia.
Ah. Some borders even the Ottomans cannot move.
Very few. You are Italian by the sound of it, but your outfit is not. Have you been traveling long?
Si, da molto tempo. I left Rome 12 months ago, looking for inspiration. And that search brought me here. When I was a child, my father told me stories about the fall of Constantinople.
You must mean the conquest of Constantinople. I suppose the moral of any story matches the temper of the man telling it.
That we can agree on.
Güzel. Constantinople is a city for all kinds and creeds. Students like me or travelers such as yourself. I have so much work to return to, but it is good to be home.
Work? When I was your age, my interests were mainly salve.
Incredible. I am surprised you got anything done.
As was my mother.
It was a pleasure speaking with you, Bey Effendi. I hope you find something to hold your interest here.
I have faith I will.
I think we already know what Ezio has his
Yardım edebilir miyim efendim?
has his interest set on.
A scholar and a gentleman. You are full of surprises.
Very few, my friend. Eksik olmayın.
Hoş geldin kardeşim. Unless the legend is a lie, you are the man I long to meet. Renowned master and mentor. Ezio Auditore de la. Prego. Forgive me. I have a hard time remembering that Italian gibberish.
Da Firenze, the city where I was born.
Ah, yes. So, by your custom, I would be Yusuf Kazim da Istanbul. I like that.
Istanbul. Yet another name for this city.
Evet, it's a local favorite. Come, Mentor da Firenze. I will show you around.
So, one thing to mention, after I played Assassin's Creed Mirage, I went through a little bit of the lore in between Mirage and 1. Mirage takes place in, I think it was the late 800s, somewhere in there, and then Valhalla takes place in the, or actually I think Mirage was early to mid 800s, Valhalla was late 800s, and then Assassin's Creed 1 was early 1100s. So in between Mirage and Valhalla, Basim ends up traveling to Constantinople with Hytham and establishing the Assassin Order in Constantinople. And then he goes back to Amunet, I think, after a while, or Alumet. He goes back to Alumet after a while. So he kind of flip-flops between Constantinople and Alumet for a little while. And then in Constantinople is where Basim meets Sigurd. And then from there, Basim travels to England with Sigurd. So a lot of Basim's story later on, except it takes place before all of this. About Basim's time is about 700 years, 650 years before the events of this game. But a lot of some pivotal stuff in Basim's story happened in Constantinople. Obviously, that wasn't written by this time yet, but it's just an interesting little note. So I'm going to be kind of paying attention to see if there's any details, about the establishment of the order here in Constantinople that maybe they came back and revisited and wrote into Basim's character. Just an interesting little side note.
Once they nearly destroyed this city.
Well, we might as well talk to Yusuf now and just keep that rolling, because he's right here. Master Assassin Yusuf Tazim has welcomed you to Constantinople and would like to give you a tour. Get to know him and the city. Full synchronization, do not wander far from Yusuf.
Welcome to Galata district. For centuries, it has been a home to orphans from Europa and Asia alike. You won't find more diversity anywhere else in the city. And for that reason, assassins make it their home.
I would like to see where.
Kesinlikle. The Brotherhood is always eager to meet the man who put the Borgias out to pasture.
Oh. Does everyone in this city know I'm here already?
Well, your Holy Land tussle with the Templars did not go unnoticed.
When I first set out, violence was so far from my mind. I sought wisdom. The contents of Altair's library.
Not realizing it has been sealed for 3 centuries?
No, I assumed as much. But I never expected to find Templars guarding it.
Very troubling, no? 5 years ago, Templar influence here was minimal. A small faction with dreams of restoring the Byzantine throne. But they're growing in number, day by day. And with Sultan Bayezid on his way out, they may try something dramatic.
Is there no heir to the Ottoman throne?
Not just one, 2 angry sons. It's a familiar pattern with these royals. When the Sultan calls, the princes draw their swords.
Yay. Sounds like we're going to be in the middle of a power struggle.
Between the Templars and the Ottomans, you must stay busy.
Ezio, I barely have time to polish my blade.
Let's go.
On him!
Show me what kind of man you are, Chekhov!
Damn, Yusuf got to him before I did. Ezio still, like, went through the kill move.
No. Watch.
Byzantium is dead, as are you.
The whole city wakens to welcome you, Ezio. First the regents, now the rats. Ottoman soldiers have a special loathing for these Byzantine thugs. That gives us some breathing room.
How much?
Just a little. They'll still kill you if you look at them wrong. But they will feel bad about it later.
That's comforting.
It's not so bad, really. For the first time in many decades, the assassins have a strong presence here. It wasn't always that way. Under the Byzantine Emperor, the assassins were hunted down and killed on the spot. We're almost there.
Thanks, guy. You don't need that, do you? Yeah, Ezio got them quick hands.
This way.
Enter the Assassin's HQ. Really? Sure you want to do this?
I'm only visiting. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Go away.
Mentor, say hello to your extended family.
Salute a voi, assassini. It is an honor to find such fast friends so far from home.
You see, brothers? Our mentor is not afraid to weep openly in front of pupils.
Do not worry. I will not make a habit out of it.
Ezio and I were ambushed on the way here. I'd like some of you to do a sweep of the area. Hey, men! And you, Ezio. Your weapons and armor are in a pitiful state. Maybe find some money and repair what you can. There is a blacksmith nearby. He's a friend.
Buona idea.
Ezio's equipment is not in good condition. Explore Galata District and upgrade his equipment. I can do that. It's a nice HQ you got here.
Everything all right, Mentor?
Well, so far so good with the playability of this game. It took some work to get it there, but no issues so far, which is good. I mean, the cutscenes still have a little bit of frame dropping in them and whatnot, but I think that's just nothing I can really do about that. Earn enough money to buy new armor. 343? Already got it.
The price of... I also make a wide selection of armors, from light and flexible to strong and impenetrable.
Hey, have you lost all
Praise the heavens! We feared we had lost our mentor to the vices of the big city.
I am content with my own vices, grazie.
So, what's on your mind, Ezio?
Tell me more about the Templars. You call them Byzantines. Yet the Byzantine Empire was overthrown 60 years ago.
These men are remnants of a line loyal to the cause of the last emperor, Constantine XI. Who leads them now, however? I cannot say.
Capisco. I suppose it is up to me to find out.
Ezio, where is your hook blade?
My hook blade?
You've never seen one? I grew up using these.
Show me how it works.
Ooh, the hook blade. Follow Yusuf to learn how to use your new hook blade. Perform every hook blade move successfully at least once for full synchronization. Neat.
Think of the hook blade as an extension of yourself, Ezio.
Ah. Yeah. Ooh, new toy. Can I play? Well, that didn't work. Let's try that again. Oh, I like how he launched himself with it, though. That was nice.
Come on.
Oh, there's an Animus fragment. One of 100 Animus data fragments recovered. Oh, another Animus fragment. I'm probably not going to need them, but I might as well grab them if they're, you know, right there.
You think I cannot make this one? Didn't break a sweat.
So press B in midair to perform a lamp turn, or before performing a lamp turn to execute a long jump. Neat.
This way.
Whoops.
hide from a man this skilled.
Watch and learn, Ezio. We call this a hook and run. Sprint at your opponent, and just as you reach him, use the hook blade to slip by.
Okay. Neat.
Harika! Shahane!
Let's take a look at the DNA here. This is definitely a lot different, but again, I like how the DNA menu and the Animus menu and all that was exactly the same from 2 and Brotherhood, because it was the same exact setup. And this one, it's a lot different, but we're also in safe mode in the Animus. At least in these first few games. I like how they added something extra and new to make it a little bit fresh, but not take away from the overall feel. Yeah, they're very similar in feel, but there's just that extra bit of freshness, that extra, fresh coat of paint with some of the graphics. Because even the graphics from 2 to Brotherhood was a, fairly significant increase with the color palette and everything. And so there's always something about these early ones where it's just, they get a little bit better every time. And so I like how this menu is different, because it fits in with, like, the safe mode of the Animus. It makes sense for it to change at this point. So it's not like, even the menus, they're different, fresh coat of paint, all that. They still pretty much flow the same way, but they look different. But also story-wise, it makes sense for it to look different. And it's those small details that I just really, really appreciate. So we've got, looks like 8 memories here in sequence 2, and we'll be on to sequence 3. So we got the Turkish assassin armor, Altair's robes, and the armor of Brutus. And this one's locked. I'll just keep the one we got for now.
The standard Ottoman hook blade has 2 parts, you see. The hook and the blade. So you can use one or the other. An elegant design. How about the bigger challenge?
Va bene, let's go.
And what I really appreciate about it too is, like, obviously Ezio spent all this time in Italy. He goes somewhere else, and the assassin's just like, hey, we've got these things. And Ezio's just like, all right, lit. Show me what you got. And it's just, it just goes to show you that even by this game, it's like in different areas of the world, the assassins still operate in their own ways. But yet, when Ezio comes around, they know who he is. And it's just like, all right, here's the guy. Let's work with this guy. Let's do whatever it is that he wants. But let's show him how we do things. Ezio is now the proud owner of an Ottoman hook blade, and it needs a bit of training to master it. Training Yusuf is more than happy to provide. Climb the tower in under 60 seconds for full synchronization.
Having fun? That's right. Let the hook blade do the work. İşte böyle. Throw yourself into it.
That and these buildings are definitely a lot bigger. So this hook blade's definitely going to help with climbing some of this big shit. And I like how you get it early in game, not like the climbing glove in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood that, you know, takes a couple sequences to get.
Welcome to Constantinia, Ezio, the crossroads of the world. Many generations of men have ruled the city, but they have never subdued her. She always bounces back.
It seems a fine place to call home.
It is. Race you to the bottom?
So yeah, the one thing that's neat about this particular city, Constantinople, modern day, it's known as Istanbul. This river right here is the border of Europe and Asia. So it's the same city, but on two different sides, or in two different continents. Which is interesting because the town that I live in is like that, but it's with county borders. So like, I live in a little bitty ass town, but we've got our own police force.
Yusuf. My brothers in Roma would like this.
Just give credit where it is due.
Yusuf, çabuk buraya gel.
Huh?
An attack on two fronts, Galata and the Grand Bazaar.
Every day, the same bad news. How is your appetite for swordplay?
I do what I must.
Good man.
Word has reached Yusuf that the Templars are attacking two separate assassin dens. Follow Yusuf while he conceives a plan. Perform a zipline assassination for full synchronization. But like the little town that I live in is on the borderline of two different counties. For those of you that aren't in the States, we've got the country, we've got the states, and then each state has its own counties. And so the city, or the little town that I live in, is the county line goes right through the middle of it. So we've actually got our own police force for this little bitty ass town. So that way they have jurisdiction in both counties.
There. Another madman.
When he tires of running, an assassin must take to the air. Watch.
That definitely makes a lot more sense to use the hook blade instead of your bare hands like Bassam did. Whoops.
A Templar scout. And another there. Watch this. Assassin! Help!
Thanks for luring him over, guy.
Time to part company. I'll head to the bazaar. You stay here. Do you see that tower?
See. The Galata Den.
Evet. I can't be in two places at once, but with you here, I don't have to be. Haydi rastgele. I know that.
Well, might as well get the viewpoint that's over here. That'll only help us out. Oh yeah, good old zipline mechanic. So this is the first game in the series that actually incorporated the ziplines.
A bit old to be leaping about, no? Isn't that dangerous?
Unebuk, Sheriff Usta. Is Yusuf with you?
An attack in the city demands his attention. What is our situation?
We beat back the Vanguard, but they are sure to send more troops.
Are your men ready for another fight?
They are now.
Ezio's got backup. The Templars are preparing to attack the Galata assassin den. Lead your fellow assassins in its defense. Oh, I remember this minigame. Well, not really a minigame, but this is it's an interesting thing here.
Make your stand there. Make your stand there. Make your stand there.
All right, here they come.
Make your stand there. Hold there. Secure that point. Defend that area. Make your stand there.
Assassin rifleman. Very high damage but slow firing rate. Deadly even against armored targets. Yeah, let's take a couple of them.
Make your stand there. I need you to hold that point.
Let's even throw a rifleman over here. Costs 15 morale, so there we go.
Stand there.
Yeah, it just kind of takes the edge off of fighting a little bit. You know what I mean? To just command everybody. It makes Ezio more portrayed as more of a leader. You know? So I really do enjoy this. Oh, I can actually straight up target them. Nice! Move the cursor over a Templar and press LB to fire a cannon shot, or then hold and release for cannon salvo at that location. Yeah, let's get a couple more riflemen going here.
Secure that point. Defend that area.
Oh, I see. I gotta wait for the cannon to build up again.
Make your stand there. Make your stand there. Make your stand there. Hold there. I need you to hold that point. Make your stand there.
Looks like we got him. Now, another wave coming. Upgrade barricade. Oh, shit.
Make your stand there. Make your stand there. Hold that point for me. I need you to hold that point.
All right. Oh, we got some stats here. Assassins called 31. Assassins lost 5. Cannon shots fired 6. Den health remaining.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
Den's remaining health 15. Morale remaining 52. Duration 6.5 minutes for a total of 79% sync. Interesting. 100. Assassin's Apprentice XP 800. Got some items out of that. New unit Air Assassins.
Send word if the Templars regroup. I will be with Yusuf at the Grand Bazaar Den.
Take a ferry across the Halij. It's the fastest way to the peninsula.
All right. Templar dens. Alright, we got a bank here that's not renovated, so this is going to come back, I see. The, you know, the shops and everything. So we got the Templar zone, similar to the Borgia zone. So there's a lot of similarity between this and Brotherhood, but, you know, there's enough of it that's different. So I can appreciate that. Let's see if we got enough money for this bank. Because if we can get these banks rolling, then we have some cash coming in.
That could be him. Best have a closer look. Wait.
900. Ain't got that much. Well, let's change that. Shouldn't take me too long to steal some money. Ezio didn't kill civilians, but
My apologies if I did.
I'll whoop their asses, though.
I'm not part of this.
Hey, who do you think you are?
I have done nothing!
I just want to renovate a bank, okay? Leave me alone. $16.50 every 20 minutes. Already got $13.50 in there. Look at me go. 2 of 14 banks renovated. Okay, so we've got this guy here we can bribe. Got a couple viewpoints. Let's knock them out. Get this area opened up.
I will just get out of your way.
Shout out. $100? Alright, shut up.
Great.
Got this Taylor here. Might as well do that for another 900. Because then I can get, you know, larger medicine pouch and, you know, ammo pouches and stuff like that. Plus every shop that I renovate gives me more money. Knife belt and heavy sheath is what we got right now. Original gray, Algerian silver, Egyptian blue, Syrian ash, Cappadocian amber, Yemen copper, Caspian teal, Janissary green, Aegean marble, Topkapi gold, royal violet, Byzantium red, Mediterranean cobalt, Bosnian indigo, Masyaf white. So those are all of the options we got in this one. I'm just going to keep it the gray, I think. I mean, that looks right. And then, obviously, and this is where we can get some more parachutes. So.
Durica, you need my help.
Oh, we got a doctor here.
I can perform most surgery.
Medicine, yeah, let's... Well, I guess I don't have enough to fill it. So we'll buy what we can.
A bit of rest, and you should be well recovered. Why behave like a rabbit monkey?
You know what's interesting? That I just because one of the things that I'm going to do once I finish this game, the next game in line to play will be Shadows. I plan on doing that game day one on release day, March 20th. And I've read that the hook blade makes its return in that game. Because we haven't seen the hook blade, I don't think, in any other Assassin's Creed game outside of this one. So, with Shadows taking place only about 70 years following the events of this game, I'm just kind of interested to see, you know, if any of this Ezio stuff kind of carries into that one. You know, if maybe they're going to go back and have some references to Ezio, if, you know, maybe the hook blade, because we'll talk about it later, but I have reason to believe that it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for, I guess, the teachings and the wisdom of Ezio to make it to Japan in a 70-year time frame. So it'll be interesting to see going from this game directly to the newest game, if there's any, you know, throwbacks or anything of that nature. Because, you know, later on, if you were ever to play these in story order, then historically, you know, that's the order that it would go now. It would go from Revelations to Shadows before you move on to, technically, 4 would be next after this, because 3 takes place in the 1770s and 4 takes place in the early 1700s. So, technically, the next one in line is the 4th game until the release of Shadows. I think that was the only other viewpoint over here. We don't have any more money to do anything else, so yeah. We'll head over here to this memory.
Ethan, I am behind schedule. And would pay well if you could help me with this. You're not hurt.
Maybe later, because I don't know what that black dot is, so I don't know what I'm going to be getting into. We'll talk to him some other time. Yeah, side quests.
Them street performers, freaks, all of them.
Press B to take the boat to the Imperial District. The Galata Den is now secure, but Yusuf has not returned from his fight. Go to the Imperial North Den near the Bazaar to find him. Do not create any conflict in the Imperial North District for full synchronization.
Ezio! Come meet my new friends!
I love this guy's enthusiasm.
You fight like a man late for his own wedding.
See, by about 25 years.
I was too late to save the Bazaar then, unfortunately. But now that my army has doubled in size, we'll take it back together. This way! When the Templars take control of a district, they flaunt their presence. Hanging banners, extorting the merchants. It's a constant battle to keep them at bay. And they rub our noses in every victory.
They are quite bold. Why does the Sultan tolerate this?
Sultan Bayezid is far away, Ezio. Warring with his son Selim, many Fersa northwest of the city. He has been away for years, at least since the earthquake, and maybe even before. He is blind to all this turmoil.
Ah, but your eyes are open, see?
Hem de falta, Shigibi. Believe it.
I like how I don't even have to actually walk and he keeps pace with Yusuf.
Too many to engage directly.
I am not confident a smoke bomb will help us here.
Smoke bomb? Ezio, it's time you Italians joined the 16th century. These do not obscure. They distract.
Some kind of explosion.
You see? They can't resist. Let's move.
You are full of surprises today.
Crafting explosives is a new hobby. One we borrowed from the Chinese and have taken to with great passion.
You will have to teach me.
Who is the mentor here, Ezio? I'm beginning to wonder.
Oh, I guess I don't have 100. Never mind then. Thanks, guy.
Robbed! Again! Damn it! Guards! Find the bastard!
Be like a fly a wall, a grain of sand in the ocean, a slip amongst them like a transparent thing. A cherry bomb. Throw a cherry bomb into the street to attract the guards to the source of the sound. Okay, so our cherry bomb is on the left or right analog stick. And I can assign it to a shortcut. Okay. Hold Y to aim your bomb manually. Neato.
Rust! What was that?
There they go. Hurry, we're nearly there. This is another of our many dens, taken by Templars, as you can see. Somewhere among this rabble is a Templar captain. Kill him, then climb the tower and light our signal fire.
So we got the Borgia encounter.
Templars.
Borgia Towers back.
Back up and go.
Bene, you create a distraction. I will send them home.
Alright, so where is this Templar captain? Nice. These guys are taking them out for me. It's about time somebody else does some of the work.
Ezio, over here. Whenever the Templars commandeer one of our dens, they leave a captain in charge. Search the area carefully, and you might see him strutting about like a peacock. Use those legendary senses of yours, Ezio, and scan the streets. You'll find our target.
Oh, I had to wait a second and like point it at him. So that's a little different.
Down, dog! Wait a minute. That's good.
God, protect me!
That's how we do that.
I don't want to die!
Alright, that must be the end of sequence 2 then. Do not create any conflict? Nah, oh well. Yeah, sequence 2 complete. Moving right along.
I'm seeing very strange activity in the Animus.
Oh?
The CPU should be fairly idle, but the system monitor is spiking regularly, sometimes as high as 85%.
Is it serious?
I'm not sure. Desmond's signs are stable.
Well, if there isn't a problem, let's not try to fix anything.
Fair enough. God, I need a drink.
Felt that. Luckily, I still got some day.
Desmond, think about this. What if I went with you?
What am I, the circus? Take me with me?
Where?
Take you with me?
It could work. Just for a while. Until I found a way out. Another body, maybe, or I don't know. I don't want to be here anymore.
That's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
No. I guess I had my chance. And I wasted it.
So I'm going to go ahead and assume that Subject 16's, like, consciousness is still, like, trapped in the Animus somehow.
Were they close? Desmond and Lucy? I mean, closer than friends?
Well, there was the occasional misty-eyed moment, but,
She liked him, Bill. That's what she told me.
Interesting.
that's it? Just interesting?
I spent a lot of time training each of them when they were younger. She was a remarkable woman. I just find this whole situation quite sad.
Sad? Are you finally getting soft on us, Bill?
So I'm going to go ahead and assume that Subject 16's consciousness is like somehow still trapped in the Animus. Even though we're using a different Animus than 16 used, because 16 was in Abstergo, killed himself while he was in Abstergo. But Lucy took like a core or something out of the Abstergo Animus and brought it with her at the beginning of Assassin's Creed 2. So I'm guessing 16's consciousness was still somehow in that thing. Similar to how like Basim's consciousness was stuck in Yggdrasil. you know, for over 1,000 years. I'm guessing it's the same kind of deal. I try not to reference the future games a whole lot, because of spoilers and whatnot, but I started this series playthrough with Mirage, which, I mean, if you were going to do this in storyline order, you would start it with Odyssey. You know, historically, you would start with Odyssey. And I don't know if I'm actually ever going to get to Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla on stream because those games are so much longer. And obviously, I started with Mirage, which takes place before Valhalla, and then went to 1. So there is some details that I skipped over. So, like, some of the stuff that we see in, like, that we've seen in Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla, I might talk about and make connections with some of these older games on occasion. But I'm not going to give away anything about, like, Assassin's Creed 3 or Assassin's Creed 4 or anything like that. Any of the games that I plan on doing on stream. I'm at least going to play up until the end of 4. I don't know if I'll go past that. We'll just kind of have to wait and see how things go. But we're through 2 sequences now. There's 9 sequences total. So if I did 2 per stream, and then basically, I'm assuming, well, let's not make assumptions. We've talked about that before. But there's probably going to be there might be some endgame stuff after sequence 9. So if I do 2 sequences plus a Desmond's Journey every stream, then theoretically that sits me at 5 streams. Plus I've also got the Lost Archive DLC, which according to howlongtobeat.com is about 2.5 hours, which howlongtobeat.com can vary from time to time, but sometimes they're pretty spot on, so it's safe to plan using those times. So I mean, I'm only at 2 hours, but let's go ahead and do this Desmond's Journey thing, and then maybe we'll jump back in over here and just kind of see where we're at. But I don't want to get through this game too quick. I don't want to try to cram in too much too soon. So yeah, let's go and see if we can actually still access these now, because now that I've had the ability to pick up Animus fragments, I wonder if all of these are still going to be accessible. They are. Okay, so these have probably all been unlocked with the save file that I needed to access the Lost Archive DLC. So that'll actually save me a little bit of time not having to go through and get all of these Animus fragments. So that's kind of nice. So yeah, let's go ahead and do Desmond's Journey 1. See what that's all about. I know I've done these before, and when I loaded up my old save file, I think I did part 1, but I never did any of the other ones. So I think I've only gone through these Desmond's Journey things once. If at all. I'm assuming I did it once, because I do seem to remember a decent amount of this, but we'll see. You want to begin Desmond's Journey Part 1. Doubts. Yes. Now, here's the interesting thing about the PC version. It's going to close the game down and launch a different executable file, which is just really weird to me. But because I, downloaded a previous version of the game and have this, save file, I'm still able to access these. Without the workaround that I did, you wouldn't be able to access these, even though they're part of the main game still.
No environments. I can't even feel my own body. Everything's just raw data. So am I still me, or am I some kind of computer program?
So here we are. Now we're in a complete first-person scenario. Yeah, no body, but we hear footsteps. Well, I'm guessing we got to make our way over there. Whoops. So no climbing, no sprinting, just movement and jumping.
Home. I was born here. The farm. Yeah, they called it the farm. My parents, 24 couples, some kids, a community. Hidden away.
Oh, I see. So there's an image of the farm, I guess. They really threw a lot at the wall with this game with all the different gameplay mechanics, different sequences. They did, but honestly, I think it's all well done. I enjoy the change of pace. It's not, everything isn't exactly the same. So, by changing the pacing up and the gameplay mechanics and stuff the way that they have.
Small houses in the Black Hills. Right. The clear skies, wood smoke, wind, the stink of gasoline, generators running day and night. I remember.
So this must be just like Desmond's way of trying to remember himself rather than, because the whole thing with like the bleeding effect and whatnot, and Subject 16 said we needed to achieve a sync nexus, so he needs to relive everything that he possibly can through Ezio to be able to separate Ezio and Desmond. So this must be the flip side of that coin. So he's reliving the Desmond stuff, but also rediscovering who he is himself, separate from Ezio. Whoops.
We live simply, almost like nomads. So far from everything. Ready to pack up and go at the drop of a hat. If we were discovered. If they found us.
Like traditional Assassin's Creed, then being dragged behind a horse-drawn carriage, then like an army general simulation, now a first-person section. Yeah, they definitely change it up a lot and kind of keep you on your toes, but it's a welcome break, because after playing through Assassin's Creed 1 and then 2 obviously improved on 1 in every single way. 2, for the most part, was a continuation, or Brotherhood was a continuation of 2, with only a couple minor things added into it. So, largely, it's kind of just an extension of 2. So then with this game, they change it up even more, but yet it's still, all of the historical, stuff is got that traditional Assassin's Creed feel. But I feel like if you were to have done Revelations without this stuff, and done Revelations in the exact same style as Brotherhood, and not broke it up with these, like, army general simulations, some of the, I guess on-the-rail action sequences, this stuff here, it would just start to probably feel a little bit grindy and just more of the same. So it's fresh, and the thing is like, Ubisoft gets a lot of shit these days, some of it deservedly so, but shit, dude, in the late 2000s, Ubisoft put out some pretty good quality shit, and I feel like these particular games, the Ezio Trilogy, was kind of when Ubisoft was at the top of their game. I feel like they knew what to change, when to change it, and how to change it, to keep the games from getting to just be more of the same, just another Assassin's Creed game, while still retaining the core feel of the Assassin's Creed series, which is something I feel like has kind of been lost with the, RPG, the more, I guess, modern style that we have now with the RPG elements and stuff, because it's just kind of like, it's another RPG at this point. You can't really compare these games to much else.
The farm. It wasn't much of one, was it? Not a proper farm. We grew some food. I don't remember any animals, though. Maybe a few dogs.
That's got to be one of the cities. It's interesting how you can see, you know, the city here through this window. Oh, there we go. Down here, I
The
suppose.
assassins. I was born into it. I didn't choose. It was like a birthright. You are an assassin, they told me. What did that even mean?
And I like how they changed it. I like how every one of the games, starting with the second one, had some sort of puzzle element to figure
Ever since I was
out.
young, they never stopped saying it. You are an assassin. You are an assassin. And this is our creed.
You know, like Assassin's Creed 2 had the glyphs, and then it gave you, you know, something to figure out and everything, and then in Brotherhood, you still got the glyphs, but they weren't as big of a deal as the second one. They scaled them back a little bit, but then it launched this executable program within the Animus. So this is kind of a similar thing to that. So it's like you went from glyphs to glyphs and, you know, Animus program, now to like just Animus program. So it's been a nice progression. And yeah, it's like he's trying to separate himself from Ezio and Altair. So yeah, there's the different cityscape from a different person or memory. Like, all of this makes sense. All of this is easy to follow, and it's just really well done.
Nothing is true.
What did that mean? A world without purpose?
It's like, and here's the thing with this too. There's a parallel right now between Desmond and Ezio, because Ezio, he's going to Masyaf to find, you know, Altair's library to learn what it's all for. What's the purpose of everything? And it seems like Desmond's doing the same thing with himself, trying to remember who he is as a person, but also still there's them questions like, what is the purpose of all this? What is it for? What does this mean? So there's a nice parallel between the modern day character and the historical character that just makes so much sense.
Everything is permitted.
Everything is permitted?
The one thing that doesn't make
For us, and they will not stop until every one of us is dead.
Yeah, I believed for a while. But I never understood. That's the trouble when you're born into something. Belief without understanding. Everyone was so serious. Scared, too. All that talk of assassins and Templars. The end of the world.
I had a point I was going to make, and then I forgot what it was. Whoops. The one thing I remember now. The one, I guess, nitpick I have about this section is the fact that you hear footsteps. But even Desmond said he, like, can't feel his own body, and that you don't see a body at all. You know, so it's like, I feel like you shouldn't be hearing footsteps. Negative review on Steam. It's breaking my immersion. Alright, here we are at the end of it.
Live by the creed, Desmond. Empower yourself.
Press RT to spawn. So I guess I can just spawn my own walkways now.
Every man has his limit, I guess. I can't remember when I stopped believing. When I stopped caring.
Oh, I like the finger. Hey, go that way.
God, it all sounded so stupid. I couldn't hear the word Templar without laughing. And assassin? Forget it.
This was open, so I think I gotta just wait for this, for an opening in this thing here. Maybe? Or I gotta go up. Ah, I see. I think. Uh-huh.
An ancient war, they said. An endless struggle. But I never cared. Who knew it was possible to bore a kid with war stories?
Multiplayer emblem 1 acquired. Ooh. Yeah, because I can play multiplayer. Not that I would want to anyways. Oh, now it tells me how to remove a block.
I guess I was lonely. Alone in a crowd. If I could have told them that, maybe they would have listened. If only I could go back. If I could tell them I'm sorry.
Whoops. Well, now I can sleep at night knowing I got something for multiplayer. Yeah. Hashtag worth it. Alright, I guess, I think this is where, this was the whole point, was to get to here. So we had to go through a bunch of shit to be able to spawn our own platforms to get up here. So what's the payoff for this? That I don't remember. I was gonna say, let's hope it launches the other executable and doesn't just crash.
Were they close? Desmond and Lucy? I mean, closer than friends?
Well, there was the occasional misty-eyed moment, but,
She liked him, Bill. That's what she told me.
Interesting.
that's it? Just interesting?
I spent a lot of time training each of them when they were younger. She was a remarkable woman. I just find this whole situation quite sad.
Sad? Are you finally getting soft on us, Bill?
Well, all right. So there was the first one. So that just kind of gave us a glimpse into, I guess, Desmond's early life, the farm, stuff like that. And as we speculated, it's like, okay, you know, this is probably just another way for Desmond to try to differentiate his mind from Ezio and Altair and himself, rediscover himself, his origins, his, you know, his purpose, and, you know, what does it all mean? So it's his own parallel story to kind of what's going on with Ezio, but in a much simpler form. So we've got 4 more of those to do, and then I don't remember what the payoff is, if there is one, or if this is just, lore material. But that's pretty much all there is to do here on Animus Island, I think it's called. So let's head back through the main gate here and see what's going on with Ezio. And honestly, we'll probably call it a night a little early. I've had some late marathons lately.
Claudia, Constantinople, called Istanbul by the Turks, has welcomed me as one of its own. The assassins here, led by an affable fighter named Yusuf, take great pride in their city. A place as diverse and colorful as one could imagine. But it is a troubled city too. A rebellious faction of Byzantine Templars still fights to retain influence. And their recent attacks have delayed my search for the Masyaf keys. But this will not last. As soon as I am able, I will begin looking for Niccolo Polo's former trading post, in search of clues that will bring me nearer to the Masyaf keys.
Yep, and that's what we're here for. So that's the interesting thing with this game too. Is there's almost 2 different things going on at once. Obviously, Ezio can't just walk into Constantinople and not help the assassins here, and what they're doing, but he's also got his own shit to do.
How did we do?
We have won the day and recovered Ardennes. But we lost a few friends in this fight.
So much death for so little gain.
You have some experience recruiting new assassins, do you not?
More than a little.
The people here are quite sick of these Templar attacks. Can you turn on your charms and find us a few more recruits?
See, but these den will not do for training them. Not this soon.
A good point. Speak with one of my men in Galata after you are finished. He can help you begin their training.
Okay. So it looks like we've got a tunnel system now, similar to what we had in Brotherhood, because I can see the familiar icon right here. So yeah, tunnel entrance, so we'll have our fast travel system. We've got our assassin den there. This area has now been liberated from Templar influence. So these shops, just like Brotherhood, we can't do anything with until we free them from the Templar den. Okay, and these are ferry points to take us back across to this side, or we can also maybe use the tunnel entrances as well. That might be possible. I don't remember if the tunnel entrances are only for this half of the city. And what do we got here? Romani HQ. No idea what that is. We'll find out at some other point. So we've got a hidden tomb here. Viewpoint. So unfortunately, aside from what we got at the beginning of the game, we haven't seen any of Altair yet. But we'll get a little bit more to his story here soon. So we've got, I'm not sure what that is either. Might as well do a hidden tomb tonight. Considering I don't remember exactly what those are, I think I do remember what it is, and I don't want to do it yet. I know it's a little earlier than it has been, but last week I did the steering wheel thing. That went on quite a long time. My Brotherhood stream Sunday night was certainly not without its hiccups. So I think calling it a night a little early ain't gonna hurt nothing. And I've made it through 2 sequences and one of the Desmond's journeys. Obviously the beginning of the game was a bit slow. And they might pick up after a while. So let's actually look at the DNA. So sequence 1 had 5 memories. Sequence 2 looks like we got 7. Sequence 3 looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in this one. Yeah, it has been a long week, that's for sure. And it is a Wednesday. We all got shit to do tomorrow. So the plan is for Sunday, we'll do sequence 3 and 4. Probably another Desmond journey, and we'll throw that hidden tomb in there. So that's going to be it for the night. Grim, thanks for hanging out with me all night long. Chase, Lurk, thank you both for stopping by for a little bit. It doesn't matter how long you get a chance to hang out. It's just the fact that you hung out for a few minutes. I appreciate it, whether it's 5 minutes, 50 minutes, or 5 hours. I appreciate it all the same. But tomorrow night, I'll be back at 11:30 p.m. Well, again, technically today. We do this all the time. Over here in the States, working the schedules that we do, I technically stream Wednesday night into Thursday morning. So Thursday night, later on tonight, February 27th, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Grim is going to be starting his new series playthrough, and he's going to be doing the Blood Rain games. There's 3 of them. He's going to be starting Blood Rain 1, but he's doing the re-releases. He's doing the PS5 HD re-release of Blood Rain 1 and 2, so I'm interested to see those, because I haven't even really looked at a Blood Rain game in probably 20 years. So my back hurts a little bit after that statement, but we'll be in Grim's chat tomorrow night for that, and then right back here again Sunday night for some more Assassin's Creed Revelations. And then, we'll continue. Grim will be continuing Blood Rain next week, and I'll be back here doing this. And if this takes me 5 streams, it's likely I might have 1 extra in between this and the release of Shadows. And the release of Shadows will be a little interesting. We're going to have a busy couple of days there, because launch day is March 20th. That's a Thursday. That's one of Grim's days. But I put in some vacation time. I've got that Thursday and Friday off, and I have a feeling that game's going to take a minute to get through, and I don't want to put a pause on Desmond's story for too long, because Assassin's Creed 3 is where it really picks up and gets really important. But I also want to be able to get to Shadows before too much of it gets spoiled for me, and I say too much, not none of it, because apparently some people have already gotten their hands on it a month early. How, I don't know, but it's been confirmed by Ubisoft at this point. So this launch is probably going to be a disaster. Anyways, so the 19th of March, it's a Wednesday, would be my normal day. I may not stream at all that night, or if there's a chance I can play this at midnight Wednesday night, we might get started on it Wednesday night, technically Thursday morning at midnight. Maybe at least get through the, opening cutscenes and kind of get a feel for the game, because midnight's a late start. But we'd get our feet wet with it, and then I'm going to probably do some earlier streams, early afternoon streams, 10, 11 in the morning, maybe into, 2 in the afternoon or something like that. Thursday and Friday. And then I'll be back to my normal Sunday, Wednesday time slot. But that'll, in theory, doing an earlier Thursday and Friday stream will give me the opportunity to really get a feel for that game and get my hands on it and play it for a while. I might even do a double up stream that Thursday, do a morning Thursday stream and a late afternoon stream. And then we can raid Grim when he goes live. We'll raid him while he's live. But anyway, that's what's coming up. We still got another month for that, but until then, we're going to be kicking back with some more Ezio Auditore and checking out this story, because this is one of my favorites in the series. I really feel like the writing in here was just tastefully done. So on that note, I'm out of here. Thank you all for hanging out. And for those of you on YouTube, there will be a time, a subscribe button up there and a playlist over there for my entire Mirage playthrough, Assassin's Creed 1 playthrough, 2, Brotherhood, and now this. So we're making some headway in the Assassin's Creed series. So until next time, stay suave.